Wow. The two of them together, it's the first time.
It's a rare moment.
Absolutely incredible. We have come to the National Gallery in London for a preview of Van Gogh, Poets and Lovers, as we celebrate Christie's support of this show. We are lucky and proud to be associated to this exhibition from its very genesis. And we're delighted now to be meeting with the exhibition's curators, Cornelia Homburg and Christopher Riopelle. Connie, here we are. The exhibition you worked towards with such passion for so many years, it's now finally happening. So we meet in front of this picture that started it all, and actually from this picture comes the inspiration for the title of the exhibition, Poets and Lovers.
To be able to show this marvelous painting, which is actually called the Poet's Garden, is really wonderful. This place is actually what he called a rather unremarkable little public garden in Arles. After having been in Paris, he came here to this southern city, and it is really in Arles and Saint-Rémy that he develops his mature style, where he becomes the Vincent van Gogh that all the world knows.
We see the lovers coming towards us. This is really important because it's a couple that will become a refrain that we'll see later on in other pictures.
Yes, that is right. And at the same time, he also created a portrait of a poet and a portrait of a lover. And so the idea of love, of romance, of intimacy, all these are elements that Van Gogh develops while he is in Arles and Saint-Rémy.
The sunflowers, the two of them together for the first time. This is enough to make an exhibition.
It is very special for many reasons. We, for many years, were preparing for our bicentenary in 2024 for the National Gallery, extremely important. We were looking for a great subject. We'd never done a Van Gogh exhibition, and there was a marvelous tie-in in that in 1924 we acquired sunflowers. But I think the idea of finally putting the two together was such a special moment. The Philadelphia picture comes from a very great collection. It has never traveled from Philadelphia since it arrived there in the 1920s. We have always known that Vincent thought about people being able to see them together. He made a drawing showing these three pictures as a kind of triptych with their various colors together.
And indeed, I've never seen so much color in the National Gallery. It's going to be a joyous moment.
We want to move away from an idea of Vincent as somber and sad and see him celebrating the joy of brilliant color.
Connie, this is such an exceptional picture. Tell us about it.
It is one of the scenes in Saint-Rémy of the Alpine mountains. The mountains were very close and they had rather dramatic forms, as you can see here. And he said in a letter that people will say, how can you make such heavy outlines, finger thick? I don't care, this is how I feel about it. That's what I wanted to show. And he was thinking very carefully about how he wanted to reach his public with his paintings and the stories that he was telling.
What is extraordinary is how much in Van Gogh we have a help and a connection to understand his picture through his letters. They give us really a texture and an understanding of each picture, each moment, each feeling. Can you tell us more?
We are very, very lucky that so many of the letters were conserved, and he often talked about what he saw and what he wanted to achieve in his pictures, and where he thought very much about how do I want to be perceived? What is my contribution to modern art, to the art of the future? And this was very, very important for our exhibition as well. We didn't want to give just an overview of this very productive period in the south of France, but we wanted to show how he shaped his identity, what were his ambitions, and what were the means and ideas that he used to create this incredible oeuvre.
So here we are, another iconic moment, Starry Night.
It is one of the most daring of Van Gogh's works in Arles. He's looking across the Rhone River, seeing the reflections in the water of gaslight, that is man-made light dancing on the water, but playing off against this dance of the stars in the sky above. We immediately recognize the pair of lovers taking a stroll amidst this symphony of light and color.
Thank you so much, Chris, for inviting me today. Thank you to Connie. It's a great moment for the National Gallery. Van Gogh at the peak of his power, a wonderful tour de force.